morning, Elon. Coming up on today's show, you see them all over campus. You may even have an Instagram photo of them. Find out why Elon's flowers are more than just a pretty addition to campus.
A popular brand is causing a boycott on the internet. Find out why some people are refusing to buy this product on the web.
Depression is a hard topic to talk about, but this musical is choosing to sing about it. We'll show you a behind-the-scenes look at the musical coming to Elon.
All this and more coming up on ELN Morning. Good morning, Elon, and welcome to ELN Morning. I'm Paige Peroso.
And I'm Ashley McGettrick. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday morning.
Now, we have a great show for you today, and we are going to start it with a new segment we have called Throwback Thursday. To be or not to be? Now, that is the question. On this day in 1564, more than 400 years ago, William Shakespeare died throughout his life. Throughout his life, he wrote more than 30 plays, including Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet. And how about this day in Elon's history? On April 23, 2011, former Elon softball coach Patty Radunez won her 270th game as softball coach. The win made her the softball coach with the most wins in Elon's history. She finished her Elon career with 277 wins and resigned from the position in July of 2011.
Now that we've heard about the past, let's move forward and see what today's top headlines are. We have Sky Cowens in the studio. Good morning, Sky.
Good morning, Ashley. Rallies in Baltimore continue today protesting the death of Freddie Gray. Gray died on Sunday, a week after his arrest, after suffering from severe spinal cord injury while in police custody. Baltimore police say that 5 of the 6 officers involved have released statements to investigators. Their attorney says that running from police unprovoked in a high crime area was enough to justify the arrest. The Boston bombing trials continue as jurors will decide whether to sentence Jahar Tsarnaev to death. This decision comes during the emotional testimonies of victims. Yesterday, the jury heard victim impact statements about injuries and loss suffered from the bombings. Also brought to the prosecution was a video of Tsarnaev flipping off a security camera in a court holding cell. The NFL will now have to provide up to $5 million per retired player for serious injuries related to concussions and head trauma. The settlement between the NFL and former players was given the okay yesterday by a federal judge. The settlement applies to players who retired on or before July 7, 2014. Those are your headlines for this morning. Paige, back to you.
Thank you, Sky. Now, dozens of people gathered near Whitley Auditorium yesterday to remember Darlene Boggs, a university employee who died last summer. A bench on campus was dedicated in her honor. Boggs began working at the university in 2006 and worked as an environmental services employee. Boggs' sister Cheryl Riley, who also works for Elon, and her brother Ed Bell both were in attendance at the dedication.
You may have caught a sweet scent in the air on your way to class this week. With the sunshine and warm weather returning to campus, Elon's flowers have made a comeback from the winter months just in time for Earth Week. But at Elon, sweet smells aren't the only reason for the university's displays.
Spring is in the air at Elon, but it's not just the students who are blossoming.
The annual flowers at Elon get a lot of attention because we spend a lot of time designing the beds to get a maximum display and impact.
Director of Landscaping and Grounds for Physical Plant, Tom Flood, says flower beds are planned 4 to 6 months in advance, and that designs are rarely, if ever, repeated.
So you're guaranteed when you go buy a flower bed that you're going to see something new and different that you may not have seen before.
But the flower displays don't just change when they replant seasonally.
Things will bloom at different cycles, and it seems like the bed is changing. But that's what keeps the annual flower display interesting and fresh throughout the season.
A lot of work goes into Elon's flower beds, like the one behind me, but it's tags like this one that turn Elon's flower beds into classrooms.
In 2005, ELN President Leo Lambert signed a resolution that declared ELN's campus a botanical garden. Since, Physical Plant has made the university's flowers a learning tool.
If the plants are labeled and the opportunity for learning what something new is exists just by walking by it, what does it say about this institution and the opportunities that exist for learning here?
Regardless of whether students choose to stop and smell the roses or read their plaques, ELN's landscaping provides budding students new opportunities to bloom. Perry John, ELN Morning.
And ELN's flowers aren't the only type of lilies that have been getting attention lately. The popular brand Lilly Pulitzer recently released a new line of items through Target, but they underestimated the popularity of the items. According to Target employee Kathleen Modest, the entire collection sold out at the Burlington Target within 10 to 15 minutes. This is a video of people lined up outside the Target as the doors just opened. Modest described the Target as a tornado as people were trying to get the clothes. Now, nationwide, shortly after items were bought out at the Target, the exact items appeared on eBay at a marked up price. It is still cheaper than name brand Lilly Pulitzer, but includes markups like a $45 romper selling for $110 or a $50 bag going for $125. But this markup does not come without a fight. Customers are attempting to create a boycott on the secondary sellers until they offer the items at a cheaper price than originally sold or return the items to Target. Despite the obvious desirability of the items, Target still refuses to replenish its Lilly line because it was a special edition and only for a limited time, although the time was more limited than most expected.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
But if people love a brand, I guess people would do anything if they love the brand that much.
Would you do anything? Like, would you do anything?
I saw some videos in other Targets, and it looked pretty brutal. I mean,
yeah, at least there was like a nice single file line going on in Burlington. I saw some.
I saw like nice lines, and then like when the doors opened, it was like a mad attack.
No, the best is when they try to replenish it, and the Target employees have to
the
throw it
poor
on the
people working there that time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was not there, I can tell you that much. But moving on, this Sunday marks the 11th annual Festivus celebration, almost as crazy as Lilly Pulitzer. The campus-wide event is where students will run around in the mud, cook food outdoors, and to the concern of Chief of Police Cliff Parker, consume alcohol.
Well, we're always concerned with our students' safety. We want all of our community to be safe. And when you have a large event involving mud and alcohol in this case, our concern is for safety. We're also concerned about underage drinking.
While Parker says the committee that plans Festivus does take parameters to make sure those who participate are safe, there is still a long history of injuries at the event.
In the past, we've had a variety of things come up, everything from injuries from just being out in that environment, up to and including violations of the law, and in some cases when people have gone too far in alcohol consumption.
ELN Town Police will be at the event, but will not intervene unless it becomes a matter of safety.
And before we head to break, when was the last time you used a semicolon and parentheses to make a smiley face over text? Probably before emojis came out years ago. But which emojis are used the most? The Huffington Post posted an article with a study of what emojis people all over the world use the most frequently. The article ranked the 60 most used to least used emoji categories. The most common emoji used globally are happy faces, followed by sad faces, hearts, and then gestures. Coming in last is reading materials. The most commonly used emoji here in the US are meat, royalty, and female-oriented emojis, including symbols for makeup and women's clothing. For a full list of the most popular used emojis, check out the Huffington Post.
In honor of April being National Grilled Cheese Month, our Kaylee Tracy went to a local favorite to see how they make theirs. Find out who helped her after the break.
And later in the show, you might see them drive around campus and not know where they were driving to and from. Meet a student driver and see how you can potentially get a ride around campus. Stay tuned. back to ELN Morning. You may not have known this, but according to SeriousEats.com, it is National Grilled Cheese Month. Our Kaylee Tracy took a trip across the street to see how they make their ELN famous grilled cheese.
I'm here today with Quinn from The Root. He is the general manager here, and it's National Grilled Cheese Month, so he's going to teach us how to make the famous Root Foodie grilled cheese.
First, we put on our gloves. Next, Quinn shows me how to make the cheese blend made fresh every day. We mix the white, sharp cheddar cheese and their secret aioli sauce.
Oh yeah, that's creamy.
Very creamy. Work it in like you're massaging the dough.
Once it's nice and creamy, we lather up the bread. After it's cooked on the flat top grill, our final product is ready.
Grilled cheese turns into this. You have a
Take a
bite?
bite, yes. Delicious. Cheesy.
National Grilled Cheese Month.
Oh yeah, my favorite month of the year.
He says the name behind the grilled cheese comes from foodies, or people who truly enjoy food, which explains why it's my favorite thing on the menu.
Thanks for showing us how to make the grilled cheese this National Grilled Cheese Month. My favorite food, best month of the year. And back to you guys in the studio.
That's making me hungry. Quinn says oven-dried tomatoes, spinach, and avocado make for tasty toppings if you're looking to spice up your sandwich.
For the class of 2015, it's official. You only have 1 month left until graduation. Scary. Commencement will take place Saturday, May 23rd under the Oaks. Many seniors are crossing their fingers that the recent sunshine will stay around in the next few weeks so that graduation doesn't get moved to its rain location in Alumni Gym. But outside right now under the Oaks is our Ryan Green with a look at this week's weather. Ryan, how you doing out there?
Well, Ashley, as a senior standing outside and under the Oaks a month away from graduation, it's starting to make things feel a little too real. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not quite ready to leave Elon just yet. But just like the rest of my class, if I do have to graduate, I want to do it right out here under these Oaks. And luckily, if the weather stays like what's expected for this week, we should be okay to do just that. Right now, it's in the low 50s, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty chilly out here, but it should be sunny and clear skies all day with a high of 65 for the afternoon. As for the rest of the week, tomorrow is much of the same with a high of 66. Your weekend's a little dreary, but not too bad. There's a high chance of rain on Saturday, and it's only in the 50s, but Sunday, it's only a 40% chance of some showers, and the high is 62. The blue skies are back on Monday with highs in the upper 60s. And on Tuesday, some clouds come in, but the temperatures stay in those warm spring 60s that we like. That's your week's weather. Back to you, Paige, in the studio.
And coming up after the break, starting Monday, it is Pay It Forward Week on campus. We have a guest in the studio who will tell us what that exactly means and how you can get involved.
And later in the show, we will get an exclusive sneak peek of the upcoming performance of Next to Normal. We'll be back in 2.
With the move to South Campus, some students have complained the walk to the health center is too far, especially when they're feeling under the weather. Students without a car have the Sick Ride services, though, available to them throughout the week, offering rides to the health center. Also, if you're not able to walk around campus, for example, if you are on crutches or in a cast, you can call Sick Rides to take you anywhere on campus. Sick Rides driver AJ Rochfield says the service opens the doors to the new location and more resources.
I think it helps students a lot more having that new space, and I think if they find out about the service, that'll hopefully take away their one complaint about the new health center building.
Rides are available 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Friday. You can call the Office of Student Health and Wellness at 336-278-7200 to schedule a ride, but be sure to call at least 15 minutes before you need to get to the health center or class.
Monday starts Pay It Forward Week, hosted by the Center for Leadership. We have Junior Jess Buller here with us to tell us how we can get involved. So thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It seems a little bit self-explanatory, but I think there's more to it. What exactly is Pay It Forward Week?
So Pay It Forward Week is a week based off of the movie and the book called Pay It Forward. And basically, it's really just all about doing something good. The movie kind of talks about how if one person does a good deed to 3 people, and those 3 people do good deeds to more, like 3 more people, then it just creates a huge ripple effect. So really, we just want to create like a positive atmosphere on campus of people just doing good deeds.
That's awesome. And why this week specifically? Is there a reason that this is the week you've chosen?
Yeah, so on Thursday, it is International Pay It Forward Day. So we have it this upcoming week so that it kind of like encompasses the International Pay It Forward Day.
Awesome. And do you have any suggestions for ways that we can pay it forward?
Absolutely. It can be something as small as holding the door open for someone who like has their arms full with groceries or something, or you could take a friend to coffee, buy lunch for your roommates, just take out the trash for them. Like really anything that is just like a simple act of kindness without expecting anything in return is a great way to pay it forward.
Awesome. And what's happening throughout the week aside from people doing nice things? Is there anything else going on?
Yes, absolutely. So the Center for Leadership is hosting a kickoff celebration in Moseley. And so that is Monday the 27th from 2 to 4. And we have like lots of games, free food, music provided by Sub. And we'll also have ways for people to pay it forward there. So you can write a thank you card to different people on campus who might be seen as underappreciated. So like different staff members, faculty members, things like that. We also will have Moseley tables throughout the week. So that's a great way for people to stop by, find out some ways to pay it forward, pick up some candy to give to a friend, and kind of just to spread the word on campus.
I like this a lot. And finally, why do you think this is so important? Aside from just being a good person, why do you think that students and staff and faculty should get involved?
I think it's so important for people to get involved because you never know what someone's going through, and just the smallest, kindest thing might completely change someone's day. And it is so impactful to see like how it lights someone up once you have done something nice for them.
I'm really excited to see that ripple effect that you're talking about here on campus. So thank you so much for planning this week and for coming and talking to us about it. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to move on. Coming up, Brett Levengood is in the studio to sing for us live. We'll be right back. Welcome back to ELN Morning. ELN's Performing Arts Department has been rehearsing for the hit musical Next to Normal, which runs tonight through Monday. But before the curtains go up, our Christy Matino went behind the scenes to see what normal is not.
Music and dancing are some normal aspects of a play, but what makes this show next to normal are the many dark themes that this play touches on.
Can you talk a little bit?
The main character, Natalie, has a mom who struggles with a depressive disorder, but Natalie and her family all suffer.
She feels invisible. She feels like her parents don't see her.
The 3-time Tony Award-winning piece has deep themes that test the actor's abilities in more ways than one. Actor Patrick Dennison says,
Is ignorance bliss, or is it better to deal with the pain?
This question has become the new normal for the actor's character development and personal development.
Like makes you think and it makes you feel. It doesn't even make you think because you don't even have time to think.
The actors say that although the musical has a tragic storyline, they hope the audience will enjoy the show as much as they have.
I personally think it's the best musical in the world.
The music is more than just rock. It's the inner emotions of the people that are in the show.
Christy Matino, ELN Morning.
The cast hopes to spark discussion about the topics of depression and mental illness that the musical highlights.
Now, he might not be singing in a musical, but he has sung on our show before. We have Brett Levengood in the studio with us. Brett, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me one morning. It's always a
Yeah,
pleasure.
you are our resident musician.
I know,
here.
I love it. We always love having you on the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a title I've always coveted.
Good. So how long have you been playing music for?
I started teaching myself guitar after 8th grade.
Okay, wow.
So whatever the math is.
And do you plan on continuing to perform after graduation? Is it in your career site?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Good. No, yeah. I've been doing stuff in the local Burlington area and the mighty metropolis that is Burlington, and the many bars and stuff here. So yeah, it's been great. I have a band I play with.
Yeah, I was gonna say we saw you in
the band. I think the band was on the show last time.
Do I see a little Zayn Malik?
You can fill in.
Yeah, maybe we'll hire him. Yeah.
There you go.
We're doing Festivus, I think, this weekend.
Oh,
so.
great.
Okay. Nice.
Elon.
Well,
Have a big audience for that, I'm sure.
bring a guitar case to that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm told. I'm told to watch out.
Yeah, might be
Bring on the mud
flinging
right?
everywhere.
Good stuff. Well, we're going to leave you to do your thing, but before we go, thank you so much for watching ELN Morning.
And be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at ELN Morning.
And you can always check us out at elonlocalnews.com. And all right, you ready to sing us out?
I think so.
All right, are you? Okay, we'll let you go.
Let's meet and talk sometime. Let's meet and chat like you told her. 'Cause I need some answers now, and I was just wondering how you tried on telling me it's over. Oh, look behind her lies. Oh, and say drunk words are just thoughts when you're sober. Oh, she'll try to find the time, but I know I'm wondering why she won't help this weight off my shoulders. Hey, get out of my head, I need some rest. I can't leave this behind. This empty bed filled with regret. You never told me why. Oh, I'm trying hard to forget. I push you, roll back like a boulder. Oh, and now you're gone for good. Oh, just like you said you would, until you come back when it's colder. Hey, get out of my head, I need some rest. I can't leave this behind. This empty bed filled with regret. You never told me why. It's been a month or two since I even talked to you, but yeah, you're still running through my mind. It's been a month or two since I lost my faith in you, but yeah, you're still running through my mind. Hey, it's been a month or two since I lost my faith in you, but yeah, you're still running through my mind. Oh, it's been a month or two since I even talked to you, but yeah, you're still running through my mind. Hey.